I don't know if this is happening. um, Hello, everybody. Welcome to Autumn Haze. And today we want to talk about the side hustle myth. Why so many solo agers give up too soon? Because I'm here to challenge the fact that people think side hustles are a given, but there are a lot of myths that around the functioning of side hustles that are often missed when we watch videos or listen to advice about how to start or whether we should start our side hustles. And of course, for a lot of the aging community, whether you're a solo ager or you're a partnered ager or you're some other kind of aging person in this world, a side hustle has become the plan B for income generation. But we'll talk about that in a minute because I just want to say hello, everyone, and a real warm welcome back to Autumn Haze. Before we begin, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much to those of you that have watched the live video, the last live video so far. It didn't reach very many views, but I was so thankful for any views. And that doesn't make your views, if that was you, any less special than if they had been a million or a billion. They meant as much to me. Thank you so much. And it's good that we don't judge success by numbers alone, because that might seem discouraging. But I know that this kind of video isn't going to do as well as a face-to-face video. I'm just hoping that the conversation and the topics are important enough to those that it matters to hear or to listen or to contribute to the conversations that I'll be bringing here to Autumn Haze. But one of those viewers actually chose to subscribe. Oh, heartfelt thanks to you. Thank you for joining the community. I hope this community is going to offer you a lot. I'm sharing my own experience as I'm going through it, but there are so many people who have been where we are at the beginning of our solo age and challenging period and have come out the other side. I'm hoping those people will join as well and that they will bring some much needed advice to those of us still figuring things out. I mean, one of my favorite things to say lately is everything is figure outable. It is, but there is a cost. Anyway, to whoever you are, thank you. You encourage me more than you know. You reminded me that even though these conversations might reach just one person, and while I'm saying that, a very nice loud car went by. I'm sitting by a window, by the way, these days because of the heat wave we are currently going through in Europe. And it's London, and London is nice and noisy, so you might get some lovely London atmospheric ambient tones and voices. Forgive me. So what I was saying is that thank you to the viewer that actually decided to subscribe, because that just shows there are people who are out there who want to talk about what they're going through, or to hear others, if not themselves, talk about what they're going through, and to somehow find a solution, or to find some way of saying, that's what I'm going through, and that makes sense now. I hope that's how this is coming across. And yeah, for those of you that quietly watch, thank you too. I know that Autumn Haze isn't about to go viral. Woo, that's close. Much needed coffee that's always going to be present here. It's like a comfort blanket. Anyway, I was saying, yeah, I know that Autumn Haze isn't going to become viral, but for me, it's about finding the people who are quietly asking the same questions that I am. So in this video, I'd like to talk about something that's completely changed the way I think, because this is something that I don't think we pay enough attention to. There's a lot of talk about money as if we're all knowledgeable in the same way about it. But actually, I are a greater number of us that aren't as knowledgeable about money in the particular areas that we've not visited before. We might be knowledgeable about it when it's comes in the package of a salary that you get every month, that you've got a one income job source, and everything is neatly packaged out for you, right? But when we enter these challenging times as an aging community, where we've been frozen out of the job market and we're desperately trying to find work, it's not happening. We still have bills to pay, we still have food to buy and eat, to live. And we need to find a way of, working out our plan B of finding money. And that's not something we focused on our whole lives. And we don't know a whole lot about, but we think we do because we watch a lot of content that says it's easy. All you need to do is this and that. And well, I think I beg to differ now. I've traveled some way in this path. And in my last live, I spoke about solo agers needing a plan B. I realized that's something important. But many of us, including me, because it is always from my perspective and my experience, have been following a kind of misinformation, I'd like to say, about what that plan B actually is. Because if you're like me and you're a Gen Xer or even a boomer or even someone slightly younger, our generation grew up believing that financial security came from one primary source. And studied, you worked. But today, in this modern world, we're being told, well, yeah, it used to be the way, but you kind of need more. You need a side hustle, create passive income, do a gig, start YouTube. And it's all exciting, it's all new, it all sounds great. And well, somehow it sounds as though income generation is as simple as deciding to do it today and waking up with those coins flowing into your bank account tomorrow. I don't need to tell you this, but friends, earning income is just not the same as generating income. Earning income means the job already exists, it's been prepared for you. And even how much you're going to be paid for the prepared job means the job already exists. It's been prepared for you. And even how much you're going to be paid for the prepared job is already sorted out for you. All you have to do is apply. And if you get the job, you work and you get that said money. But generating income, as you know, probably, I hope, means you have to create the opportunity yourself. And what we don't appreciate, and I know you know the difference between the two, but there's always something hidden between two facts, some gray area in which the actual information you need sits, completely different skills. We know that generating income means this, we know that earning income means this, and we apply the same skill sets of earning income, which we have done over and over the years. That gives us that false sense of security that we'll be great at generating income. But that skill gives us that false sense of security that we'll be great at generating income. But that skill set is not the right skill set for generating income, if you know what I'm trying to say here. Please tell me you get it. Because nobody taught us how to do generating income. We learned how to earn it. And we've assumed that when we generate income, we should apply the same skill set as when we earn income. And that's where we meet failure because we're confused by it because we're like, well, that should work. This is the logic. But it isn't the logic. And can I confess something? Because I genuinely believed I was too sensible to be influenced by social media. I thought. I thought nobody could sell me a fantasy. But they did. No, not intentionally, perhaps, not maliciously necessarily. But friends, I drank the sauce. I watched creator after creator saying, here's the side hustle that made me 5,000. Here's the gig that changed my life. Start today. And so, well, I did. I spent money I didn't have with knowledge I didn't have. Apps, I bought tools, I bought equipment. And then when it didn't work, I didn't think the I didn't think to myself at, at all that, oh, perhaps this advice is incomplete. I thought there's got to be something wrong with me. Has anyone else felt that? Because I don't think I'm the only one. I genuinely thought there's something wrong with me. I'm not good at business. I can't sell. I don't have a side hustle. My side hustle is faulty. It never ever occurred to me that there was missing information, that the advice I was seeing and receiving on the internet was always incomplete for me. So let's talk about the missing foundation. One day I stopped and asked myself a question. You had a good job. People trusted you. You delivered results. You weren't incapable then. So why do you suddenly believe you're incapable now that you're doing this side hustle? What's going on? I thought about it and I thought about it. And that's when it hit me. Every creator kept talking about the product, the talent, the service, the side hustle. But you know what? Very few talked about the machine behind the business, the boring bits, some might say, the research, the planning, the branding and marketing, the pricing, the consistency, the financial literacy, the things we actually desperately try to skip or I hate these things even now, but the things we desperately try to skip because they feel like pain. But every successful business has to have those very same foundations. And where we try to circumvent this in our minds perhaps is because of the name, the friendlier name business is called, because a side hustle is still a business, a gig is still a business, and calling it a side hustle doesn't remove those fundamental foundations that a business needs to be constructed and built upon. Do you get what I'm saying, friends? And I truly hate this part. I hate that part of marketing, pricing, consistency, financial literacy, because these are topics that don't fit with my earning income skill set. I spent years overcoming those perceived pains. I don't got time to start learning about these other things. Can't it just be done for me? I mean, can't I be like, chat, can you help me with this, that, the other? Of course, ChatGPT can help with a lot, but still, I still hate this thing, even as a side hustle. I hate the branding and the marketing of it. I don't understand it. I don't want to have to learn it. I don't, because I'm at that age where my brain is three quarters full and it feels like I can't fit anything else but all the things I love in it. So putting within it anything that's painful, reveal the shortcut, okay? The hack, the way to skipping this perceived pain, the way to skipping learning business. And friends, there isn't one. And that's the painful truth I've had to accept. The years I spent repeatedly starting and giving up because I somehow was hoping that the hacks and the tricks and would work. If I spent that time focused on learning those things with one side hustle, I might be seeing some success today. Because perhaps the greatest plan B we can build isn't simply another income stream. Perhaps it's a community of people as well, refusing to let one another give up. I just needed someone to stop me and say, hey, start from scratch, learn this, focus on it. There's time for the other streams of income. Focus on learning the foundations and the fundamentals of this. Focus on it. There's time for the other streams of income. Focus on learning the foundations and the fundamentals of starting a business, because that's what you are doing, right? And I just wanted to share that with you today because I just wanted to share that with you today because I know that there are so many of you that are being targeted as agers or solar agers like myself with this kind of hope that doesn't really work. And here we are thinking there's something wrong with us. I wanted to say there is nothing wrong with you. It's a myth. Some of what you're hearing is all a myth. If you're aging solo, or even if you're aging with a partner, but you've begun wondering how you'll create financial stability in this horribly world. I say horribly, of course, there are many joys that come in this world, but the horrible things affecting our aging community. I hope this conversation today is going to encourage you. It's not going to be a long video like yesterday. And not by promising you money, not by reminding you that your talent probably isn't the problem, but if you've given up, don't give up. Find people who will encourage you. They're there and you're doing well and they'll keep going, will do more for you than you know as you go through your perceived pains of learning those core foundational building structures of building a business. You can't skip this part. But I promise you, once you have made yourself familiar with those areas, I'm promising you, I probably shouldn't promise you because I have actually come to that fruition myself. But I'll be sharing that journey with you here anyway. But it's got to work. I know I haven't been applying that mindset and that skill set in the right way now that I've thought about it. And so, well, you can watch me and see if it works. I'll be trying to make sure I let you know of the pitfalls or the joys or whatever it is I come across in my own journey. But we've got to do things right. If we don't do things right, what are we doing? Just to share with you what's on my mind. And I'm obviously becoming more regular because I'm literally just coming to you in the comfort of my home, relaxed and not, putting a face on and a special this and a special this and a special that. And those all have their place, but that's not me. But I have something that I want to share. I hope what I've shared today is something that is of value to you somehow. If it was, get to give this video a like. And if you like the topics I'm talking about and you want to join me for more of these live discussions, then please come forward and let's have a chat in the comment section below. Catch me live wherever you can, whenever you can, because I'll be trying to come on here as regularly as possible. Let's be a community of support for one another. Sorry. And let's talk about these topics that nobody else is talking about. Not all of us have people close to us that we can talk about, particularly solo ages. We keep a lot to ourselves. But this is a channel for all ages. But I'm a solo ager and this is my channel. So I guess it will always be kind of from this. Take care of yourselves. Take gentle care of yourselves. Bye. This. Bye, friends.